What you're about to see: a beloved actor's sudden death, an agency in the spotlight, explosive rumors of foul play, high-stakes cover-ups, and a global fan outcry for justice. Believe me, you'll want to stick around because by the end you'll know what really happened, why investigators are finally opening up, and what this means for the whole entertainment world. So hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and let's dive into the shocking story of Yu Menglong, his death, the agency under probe, and the mystery trying to unravel. In the early hours of September 11, 2025, the Chinese actor Yu Menglong, also known as Alan Yu, walked into the kind of headline that shocks not just fans but an entire industry. He died after falling from a building in Beijing at just 37 years old. Officially, investigators labeled his death an accidental fall while intoxicated. But from the moment the story broke, a tidal wave of questions and theories began crashing. Why did it happen? What was the role of his agency? And was this truly a tragic accident or something far darker? What follows is a whirlwind of scenes that feel ripped from a thriller: a room locked at 2 a.m., a shattered window frame on the 5th floor, a screaming voice captured in a viral clip, scratches on a broken window mesh, a mother's bereaved plea set against a backdrop of silence, and then an agency under official investigation. Yu Menglong had dinner with friends on September 10th. According to reports, he went to a friend's residence, headed to a bedroom around 2 a.m., locked the door, and was discovered dead the next morning. The building, a multi-story apartment in Beijing's Chaoyang district. He apparently fell from the 5th floor window of that residence. Here's where things start to bite. Yu was reportedly afraid of heights. His career had scheduled commitments the next day, so the idea of him committing suicide felt off to many. Scratches on the windowsill, a missing insect mesh screen that looked tampered with, rumors of voices screaming in the apartment, all these details ignited alarm. Picture this: the moonlight streaming into that 5th floor room, a locked door, friends having left, and the actor's body found at the foot of the building. A silent scene, shattered in seconds, and yet a storm brewing. The mother of Yu Menglong issued a statement on September 16. Her son accidentally fell from a building after drinking. The management team confirmed that the police had informed the family of the investigation results. By September 21, the Chaoyang branch of the Beijing Public Security Bureau released a bulletin. They ruled out any criminal involvement and pointed out that 3 individuals were being held for spreading online rumors about the case. This seems straightforward: death by fall, alcohol involved, no foul play. But in a case like this, with so many red flags, most viewers will sense the narrative going too clean, too fast. From the moment the official explanation dropped, conspiracies began door-slamming into the story. A viral clip alleged to have captured Yu screaming, "If I die, it ends with me." The clip claimed he had been threatened for years. Then, an alleged autopsy, leaked online, claimed he had blunt force injuries inconsistent with a fall, broken ribs, internal bleeding, signs of assault. Another twisted claim: audio recordings said to capture the actor's stomach being cut open to retrieve a USB drive. And more, his 2 beloved dogs were rumored to have died mysteriously too, raising the eerie question: was this entirely about Yu, or something deeper? Fans around the world began raising the hashtag #Justice for Yu Menglong. They demanded transparency, an independent investigation, access to footage, the presence of friends at the scene, and full disclosure. Meanwhile, the government moved rapidly: accounts removed, rumors cracked down, 3 women detained for fabricating false claims. In short, a death announced as accident, but audiences smelled something wrong. A story that should have faded into grief instead ignited into full-scale controversy. In every scandalous fall from grace in the entertainment world, the agency or management is always somewhere between protector and possible puppet master. With Yu Menglong, scrutiny fell on his management and friends, particularly around what went on the night he died, who was present, how quickly the case was closed, and why the digital trail was being erased. His agency, the one signing his contracts, arranging his gatherings, overseeing his security, questions have been raised. Was someone at the party the night of his death from the agency? Why was the gathering not properly logged? Why did the safety net at the window appear to be removed? Why did the rumors mention a USB drive and an extraction scene that smells of something beyond a careless fall? By tying the agency into the narrative, The story shifts from tragic accident into industry danger zone where power and exploitation might intersect. A fifth-floor window shattered, fingers dragging across the sill. A plush apartment, luxury bottles scattered, a hush at 2 a.m. A screaming voice captured just before death, help, they're going to kill me. A mouse shot of a USB stick being extracted, whispers in the dark. Scratched walls, scratched window panes, a removed insect screen. A crowd of fans worldwide lighting candles on social media, demanding an answer. Global fan clubs from China, Korea, Southeast Asia, and beyond are mobilizing. They're comparing logs, mapping friends present at the scene, analyzing the apartment's floor plan, pointing out contradictions in the police timeline. Many have signed petitions, many have been silenced. Some accounts that questioned the narrative were locked down. Fans say, if this was truly an accident, why were so many posts deleted? Why is there no full CCTV footage publicly shared? Why did the case wrap up so quickly? They are refusing to accept the simple answer until they see proof. The industry implications. For the entertainment business in China, this is a red flag. Actors working with agencies are supposed to have protection once someone dies under suspicious circumstances. Not only does it destroy a life, but it exposes the cracks in the system. Questions rippling out. What duty of care did the agency have? How carefully were social gatherings supervised? Are there exploitative practices lurking behind the glamour? What precedent does this set if fans accept a turned-off light, closed-case explanation? The story of Yu Menglong is not just about one star, it's a cautionary tale that talent and fame may not shield you from danger if the system fails you. Yu Menglong wasn't just another actor. To fans he was a gentle presence, a rising star who brought them smiles, tears, and hope. His passing shattered that illusion. Imagine his mother, grief-stricken, issuing a statement on Weibo, asking for rational view, while being flooded with speculation and hurtful rumors. Imagine the followers around the world, their hero gone, their questions unanswered, their trust shaken. Imagine the moment, silence pierced only by the tape click of a camera lens, or the low hum of a smartphone playing a leaked audio clip. Some possibilities. A deeper investigation opens. External forensic teams, international experts brought in. The agency under scrutiny, may be formally investigated. A cover-up theory solidifies. If evidence of assault and sexual abuse holds, we could see high-ranking individuals implicated, and the case could morph from entertainment tragedy to systemic scandal. The case fades with time, official version stands, fans quietly hurt, the agency slides into another headline. Legal action escalates. Those fined or detained for spreading rumors might open the floor for more disclosures. Whatever happens, the story is far from finished. Because this isn't just celebrity gossip. It's about power, vulnerability, truth, and what happens when the narrative is controlled. It's about how one man's death can expose the fragility of what we think we know. Whether you're a fan of Chinese drama, an observer of media, or someone who cares about justice, this story matters. It asks, in an industry glitzy on the surface, how many shadows linger underneath? The morning the investigation began, Beijing's entertainment district looked ordinary until a convoy of black SUVs rolled quietly toward a glass-paneled building that bore the bright gold logo of Moonlight Entertainment, one of the agencies representing Yu Menglong. At first, passers-by thought it was just another celebrity visit. Then came the sight that stopped everyone cold: officials from the Ministry of Culture stepping out, carrying sealed folders stamped confidential. Within minutes, guards were ordered to lock the front doors. Phones were confiscated. Employees were told to line up in the lobby. Outside, reporters swarmed like bees, cameras flashing as whispers spread, "They're here because of Yu Menglong." Inside that lobby, a tension thick enough to cut through the air. Workers whispered among themselves. Did someone leak something? Is it about the night he died? They said the surveillance drives were missing. When the lead investigator, a stern woman in a black suit, walked in, her first words were chillingly direct. "No one leaves this building until we've gone through everything." In a dim back office, inspectors pried open a drawer marked Private, Contractual Affairs. Inside, they found a series of unsigned agreement drafts. Every single one carried Yu Menglong's name. But the details weren't about acting gigs, they were life insurance modifications made only weeks before his death. The beneficiary? A small shell company that investigators later traced back to a manager in his agency. The room fell silent when that discovery was logged. The implication was dark, someone could profit if the star was gone. One investigator reportedly muttered, "If this is true, we're not just looking at negligence. This could be homicide for profit." The clip of that moment, though officially suppressed, leaked online that night and sent social media into meltdown. Fans flooded the comments section with disbelief and fury, turning #Justice for Yu Menglong into one of the most trended hashtags in Asia. Later that same day, the investigation spread to a second agency, Starlight Vision, the one responsible for Yu's public appearances. They were accused of deleting digital archives from the night of September 10, when the actor attended a private event hosted by several top-tier directors and executives. The officials requested security footage from the apartment complex where Yu spent his last hours. But the agency's tech team claimed that the files were corrupted. Strangely, only the camera facing Yu's room suffered this issue, every other feed was intact. That's when investigators demanded access to the agency's internal server. When they plugged in, what they found was spine-chilling. Someone had remotely wiped the files 2 hours after Yu's death, while police were still on site. The IP address traced back to the agency headquarters itself. The atmosphere in that office shifted instantly. Employees exchanged terrified glances. Someone whispered, "This is going to bring down the whole company." As the agencies went into crisis mode, one anonymous employee reached out to a local journalist. In a trembling voice, she claimed, "You had been fighting with his management for months. He wanted to terminate his contract. He said he had recordings, proof of manipulation and fraud. Then suddenly, he's gone." That audio file, leaked within hours, made national news. It portrayed Yu Menglong not as a man broken, but as one who was determined to expose corruption. The revelation hit like a thunderclap. What if Yu hadn't fallen? What if he'd been silenced? Investigators, now armed with that new lead, raided another building, this time the data archives of a subsidiary agency rumored to handle damage control for celebrity scandals. Inside a basement storage room, they discovered dozens of external drives labeled with initials actors, singers, producers. One drive bore the label YML. When they plugged it in, the contents were heavily encrypted, but a preview revealed short voice memos and snippets of conversation. One file's name read simply, "The Night." That evening, snippets of an audio clip began circulating on Weibo and X. A faint male voice, sounding eerily like Yu Menglong, was heard saying, "I told them I'm leaving, they said I'd regret it. If anything happens to me, it's not an accident." Then static. Then a muffled sound, like furniture being knocked over. The file abruptly ended. Was it real? No one could confirm. But it matched the timestamp of the night Yu died. Netizens exploded with rage and heartbreak. Fans began tagging the agencies in thousands of posts demanding answers. Meanwhile, entertainment reporters swarmed the agency's offices. Both companies went offline overnight, their official pages replaced by generic maintenance messages. For the first time since Yu Menglong's death, the narrative was slipping out of the agency's control. 2 nights later, at exactly 1:47 a.m., plainclothes officers returned to Moonlight Entertainment. Security cameras from nearby cafes captured the moment, the dark silhouettes of law enforcement entering with boxes, flash drives, and sealed evidence envelopes. They stayed for over 4 hours. Neighbors later said they saw documents being carried out, hard drives wrapped in plastic, and one senior executive escorted away in silence. The next morning, a headline flashed across every major news site. Cultural Ministry confirms, investigation opened into Yu Menglong's management agencies. The article cited possible data tampering and contractual misconduct. Although no arrests were officially announced, the symbolism was clear: the system had turned its gaze toward those who might have failed the actor. As investigators dug deeper, more strange coincidences appeared. One agency's financial report showed an unexplained transaction of 1.8 million yuan on the day after Yu's death, classified under damage control services. Another listed a digital cleanup team paid to remove sensitive content from social platforms. But what broke hearts most wasn't the paperwork, it was the internal email uncovered during the probe. Dated just one day before his death, Yu Menglong had written, "I'm done being your puppet. I'm walking away. If I disappear, the truth will find its way out." That line alone made millions of fans cry, and it became the slogan printed across fan banners during candlelight vigils across Asia. Both agencies eventually held press conferences. Under bright studio lights, their CEOs appeared calm, but their eyes told another story. They denied every accusation, insisting Yu's death was an unforeseen tragedy. But reporters' questions grew sharper. Why did you delete footage from that night? Can you explain the insurance documents? Why did your employee vanish after the investigation began? The CEOs fumbled. One nervously adjusted his tie. The other refused to comment. The broadcast ended abruptly when a journalist shouted, "Did Yu Menglong know too much?" That clip went viral, amassing tens of millions of views overnight. As pressure mounts, several senior managers from Yu's agencies are reportedly under interrogation. International media is watching closely. The question hanging in the air isn't if something dark happened, it's how deep the darkness goes. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Culture has pledged full transparency, confirming that forensic audits, contract reviews, and cyber investigations are ongoing. The agency's future? Uncertain. Yet fans continue to light candles under his pictures, whispering the same words again and again. The truth won't stay buried. And in every flickering flame, they see Yu Menglong not as a man who fell, but as one who stood up for himself in an industry that didn't want him free. This investigation is far from over, and every new day brings another twist. What will the final reports reveal? Was Yu Menglong's death truly accidental, or was it orchestrated to silence him forever? I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think the agencies are hiding the truth? Do you believe Yu Menglong uncovered something that cost him his life? And most importantly, what justice should look like for him now? Drop your thoughts down in the comments, I'll be reading them all. If this story kept you on the edge of your seat, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more mind-blowing updates on Yu Menglong's investigation and the shocking truths surfacing from China's entertainment world. Because this is just the beginning.